Imagine waking up tomorrow morning feeling completely alive, energized, and in control. Imagine starting your day not with stress, rushing, or fatigue, but with a sense of calm, clarity, and unstoppable purpose. Picture yourself stepping out of bed knowing that the first moments of your day are already setting you up for success, that every small action you take is shaping the life you've always dreamed of living. Most people wake up in the dark, reach for their phone, scroll through notifications, and feel the day already slipping away. They rush through breakfast, traffic, and emails, constantly reacting to the world instead of creating their own reality. And yet, they wonder why life feels stagnant, why their goals seem just out of reach, why they are not living up to their true potential. The truth is simple but powerful. Success, happiness and personal growth don't come from luck, talent, or even motivation. They come from your daily habits. How you start your morning determines your mindset, your energy, your focus, and your results for the entire day. This is exactly the idea behind the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, a system that has transformed thousands of lives around the world. By dedicating the first hour of your day to personal growth, to improving your mind, body, and spirit, you can unlock your hidden potential, supercharge your productivity, and move closer to your biggest goals. Even if you've struggled to wake up early, stay disciplined, or create lasting habits in the past, this summary will give you practical, actionable strategies that are easy to implement. Strategies that have changed the lives of ordinary people into extraordinary ones. So take a deep breath. Clear your mind, because in the next few minutes, you're about to learn how to take the single most powerful hour of your day and transform it into a life-changing experience. Your mornings are your launch pad. Your life is waiting, and the best version of yourself is ready to rise with you. Chapter 1. It's time to wake up to your full potential. Most people go through life without ever reaching their full potential. They wake up, rush through the day, handle responsibilities, and repeat the same routine again and again. Days turn into years, and before they realize it, life has passed without them becoming the person they once dreamed of being. But the truth is powerful and simple. You are capable of far more than you think. Inside every person is incredible potential. The potential to grow, to succeed, to create a meaningful life, and to achieve goals that once seemed impossible. Yet many people never unlock this potential because they become comfortable with average. They settle for routines that keep them busy but never truly move them forward. The biggest tragedy is not failure. The biggest tragedy is living a life far below your true capabilities. Many people believe that success, happiness, and personal growth are reserved for a small group of extraordinary individuals. But according to Hal Elrod, the author of The Miracle Morning, the difference between ordinary lives and extraordinary lives is not talent or luck. The difference is daily habits. Every day, the small actions you repeat shape the person you become. Your routines determine your mindset, your productivity, and ultimately the direction of your life. If you want different results, you must start with different habits. The problem is that most people start their day in the worst possible way, rushing, checking their phone, feeling tired, and reacting to everything happening around them. When the morning begins with chaos, the rest of the day often follows the same pattern. But what if your mornings could become a time for growth instead of stress? What if the first hour of your day became the most powerful hour for personal development? This chapter invites you to ask yourself an important question. Are you living the life you truly want? Or are you simply living the life you have settled for waking up to your full potential? Means making a decision to stop drifting through life and start intentionally improving yourself every single day. Because the moment you decide to grow, to learn, and to become better than you were yesterday, everything begins to change. And that transformation begins in the morning. Chapter 2. The Miracle Morning. Origin. Born out of desperation. Every powerful idea has a story behind it, and sometimes the greatest ideas are born not during moments of success, but during moments of struggle. The concept behind the Miracle Morning did not begin as a carefully planned system. It began during one of the most difficult periods in the life of Hal Elrod, the author of The Miracle Morning. There was a time when Hal's life looked successful on the outside, but suddenly everything began to fall apart. The economy had taken a downturn, his business income dropped dramatically, and the financial pressure started to build. Bills were piling up, stress was growing every day, and the future felt uncertain. Like many people during difficult times, Hal began to feel overwhelmed. He worked harder and harder, but the results were not improving. The more he tried to fix the situation, the more frustrated he became. It felt like he was stuck, moving constantly but not actually moving forward. During this period, Hal realized something important. The problem was not only the situation around him. The real problem was that he had stopped intentionally growing as a person. His focus had shifted towards surviving the day instead of improving himself. One day, while searching for ways to improve his life, a friend suggested something very simple. Wake up earlier and use that time to work on yourself. At first, the idea sounded strange. Waking up earlier when life is already stressful seems difficult. Most people already feel tired and overwhelmed. The thought of losing extra sleep doesn't sound like a solution. But Hal decided to experiment with the idea anyway. The next morning, he woke up earlier than usual. The world was quiet. No emails, no phone calls, no distractions. For the first time in a long time, he felt a sense of calm and control. Instead of rushing into the chaos of the day, he used that time to focus on himself. He spent time thinking about his goals, reading personal development books, exercising, and reflecting on what kind of life he truly wanted to create. Something powerful began to happen. Those quiet morning moments slowly changed his mindset. Instead of starting the day feeling stressed and reactive, he began to feel focused, motivated, and intentional. Every morning became an opportunity to grow. He noticed that when he invested time in improving himself first, the rest of the day started to improve as well. His thinking became clearer. His energy increased, his confidence returned. Within a short time, the results began to show. His productivity increased. New opportunities started appearing. The financial problems that once seemed overwhelming slowly began to improve. But the most important change was not external success. The most important change was who he was becoming. Hal realized that those early morning hours were not just about waking up early. They were about waking up to life itself. Waking up to purpose, discipline, growth, and possibility. What started as a personal solution during a desperate time eventually became a life-changing system. Hal began sharing this idea with others. He explained how the morning could become the most powerful time of the day, a time to strengthen your mindset, your health, your focus, and your goals. People who tried this morning routine started experiencing similar results. Their productivity improved, their confidence grew. They began making progress toward goals that once felt impossible. That simple idea eventually became the method now known around the world as the Miracle Morning. The message behind this chapter is powerful. Sometimes life pushes us into difficult situations. Sometimes we feel stuck, frustrated, or lost. But those moments can also become the beginning of transformation. Because when you decide to change the way you start your day, you begin to change the direction of your entire life. And sometimes the biggest transformation doesn't start with a massive change. Sometimes it begins with something as simple as waking up a little earlier and choosing to become better than you were yesterday. Chapter 3. The 95% Reality Check. Take a moment and imagine the life you truly want to live. A life where you feel confident, successful, healthy, and fulfilled. A life where you are proud of the person you have become. Now ask yourself an honest question. How many people actually live that kind of life? According to Hal Elrod in The Miracle Morning, the answer may surprise you. He explains a concept called the 95% reality check. The idea is simple but powerful. 95% of people settle for far less than what they are capable of achieving in life. They settle for average careers, average health, average happiness, and average personal growth. Not because they want to live an average life, but because they slowly stop believing that something greater is possible. When we are young, we dream big. We imagine exciting futures, meaningful work, and incredible success. But as the years pass, many people begin to lower their expectations. Life becomes busy, responsibilities grow, bills need to be paid, and little by little, those big dreams start to fade. People begin to believe that success is only for a small group of lucky or talented individuals. So they stop trying. They wake up, go to work, handle daily responsibilities, and repeat the same routine every day. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and eventually life becomes a cycle of comfort and routine. But deep down, many people feel something is missing. They feel that they were meant for more. The truth is, the difference between the 5% who create extraordinary lives and the 95% who settle for average is not intelligence, talent, or luck. The real difference is mindset and daily habits. The small actions we repeat every day shape our future. If our habits stay the same, our results will stay the same. But if we improve our habits, we begin to improve our lives. Most people never intentionally design their mornings. They wake up late, rush through the start of the day, check their phones, and immediately react to everything happening around them. When your day begins in a reactive state, the rest of the day often follows the same pattern. But the people who create extraordinary lives do something different. They take control of their mornings. Instead of letting the day control them, they begin the day with purpose. They invest time in their mindset, their health, and their personal growth before the world demands their attention. This is where the power of the miracle morning begins. By waking up earlier and dedicating time to self-improvement, you slowly begin to separate yourself from the 95% who live on autopilot. Every morning becomes a chance to grow stronger, think clearer, and move closer to your goals. The message of this chapter is not meant to discourage you. It is meant to wake you up, because the moment you become aware of this reality, you gain the power to change it. You do not have to live the same life as everyone else. You do not have to follow the same routine that leads to average results. You have the ability to step out of that 95% and start building a life that truly reflects your potential. And the first step toward that extraordinary life begins with a simple decision to take control of how you start your day. Chapter 4. Why did you wake up this morning? Every morning, millions of people wake up to the sound of an alarm clock. They slowly get out of bed, prepare for the day, and begin their routine. But very few people stop and ask themselves a powerful question. Why did I wake up this morning? For many people, the answer is simple. They wake up because they have to. They have work to do, responsibilities to handle, and bills to pay. Life becomes a series of obligations rather than a journey filled with purpose and excitement. When life is driven only by obligation, mornings can feel heavy. People wake up tired, unmotivated, and already looking forward to the end of the day. The alarm clock becomes something they dread, not something that inspires them. But according to Hal Elrod, the author of The Miracle Morning, the way we wake up each morning is closely connected to how we see our lives. When you have a strong purpose, know a reason to grow, to improve, and to create something meaningful, waking up becomes easier. The morning stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like an opportunity. Think about it for a moment. If you were excited about your future, if you were working toward a meaningful goal, if every day was moving you closer to the life you truly wanted, waking up in the morning would feel completely different. Instead of pressing the snooze button again and again, you would feel a natural desire to start the day. Unfortunately, many people lose this sense of purpose over time. Daily stress, routine, and responsibilities slowly push personal dreams into the background. Life becomes about survival instead of growth. But the truth is, every single morning is a new opportunity. Each day is a fresh start, a chance to make better decisions, develop better habits, and move one step closer to the life you want to create. The question is not whether opportunities exist. The question is whether we are awake enough to see them. Most people move through their mornings on autopilot. They rush, react, and allow the outside world to control their attention. By the time the day truly begins, their energy and focus are already scattered. But when you begin the day intentionally, something powerful happens. When you wake up with a purpose, even a small one, your mindset begins to change. You start seeing possibilities where you once saw limitations. You begin to feel more motivated, more focused, and more in control of your direction. Your mornings become the foundation of your future. The message of this chapter is simple but deeply important. Do not wake up only because you have to. Wake up because you choose to grow. Wake up because you want to become a better version of yourself. Wake up because your goals, dreams, and potential are worth the effort. Every morning you open your eyes, life is giving you another chance to learn something new, to take action, and to move closer to the life you truly want. So tomorrow morning, when your alarm goes off, remember this question: why did you wake up today? Your answer to that question may determine the direction of your entire life. Chapter 5: The 5-Step Snooze-Proof Wake-Up Strategy. For many people, mornings begin with the same small battle. The alarm clock rings, and the first instinct is to press the snooze button. 5 more minutes turn into 10, then 15, and before you know it, the day has already started in a rush. This habit might seem harmless, but according to Hal Elrod in The Miracle Morning, the way you wake up in the morning sets the emotional tone for the rest of your day. When you begin your day by hitting snooze repeatedly, you are training your mind to delay action, avoid discipline, and start the day feeling tired and unmotivated. Instead of beginning the morning with purpose and energy, you begin it with resistance. That is why this chapter introduces a simple but powerful system called the 5-Step Snooze-Proof Wake-Up Strategy. This strategy helps you wake up with more energy and take control of your morning from the very first moment. The first step is setting a positive intention before going to sleep. Most people go to bed thinking about stress, problems, or how tired they will feel in the morning. But your last thoughts before sleep influence how you wake up. When you remind yourself that tomorrow morning is an opportunity for growth and improvement, you begin preparing your mind for a better start. The second step is moving your alarm clock away from your bed. When the alarm is within reach, it becomes too easy to press snooze without even thinking. But when the alarm is across the room, you are forced to stand up and physically turn it off. That small action helps break the cycle of falling back into bed. The third step is brushing your teeth immediately. This may sound simple, but it has a powerful effect. Splashing cold water on your face and brushing your teeth helps signal to your body that the day has begun. It increases alertness and makes it easier to fully wake up. The fourth step is drinking a full glass of water. After several hours of sleep, your body becomes slightly dehydrated. Drinking water first thing in the morning helps rehydrate your body, increase your energy levels, and activate your brain. The fifth and final step is getting dressed in workout clothes or comfortable clothing. This step prepares your mind for action. Instead of slowly drifting into the day, you begin with movement and purpose. Your body and mind start shifting into a productive state. When these 5 simple steps become part of your routine, mornings begin to feel completely different. Instead of struggling to wake up, you begin to rise with intention and clarity. The truth is, success rarely comes from one big decision. It comes from small daily actions repeated consistently. The way you wake up each morning may seem like a small detail, but it can have a powerful impact on your productivity, mindset, and long-term success. By following the snooze-proof wake-up strategy, you are not just waking up earlier, you are training yourself to take control of your day from the very first moment. And when you win the first battle of the day, you are far more likely to win the rest of the day as well. Chapter 6: The Lifesavers. 6 practices that can transform your life. By this point in The Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod introduces the most powerful idea in the entire book: a simple morning routine that can dramatically improve your mindset, productivity, and personal growth. This routine is called Lifesavers. The name S.A.V.E.R.S. is an acronym that represents 6 powerful personal development practices. Each one strengthens a different part of your life: your mind, your focus, your health, and your future. When practiced together every morning, these 6 habits create a powerful foundation for success. Let's explore each one. 1. Silence. The first practice is silence. Most people begin their day surrounded by noise and distractions. They immediately check their phone, scroll through social media, or start worrying about the tasks of the day. Their mind becomes overwhelmed before the day has even truly begun. Silence is the opposite of that chaos. It means taking a few minutes in the morning to sit quietly and calm your mind. This could be meditation, deep breathing, prayer, or simply sitting peacefully and reflecting. Silence helps you slow down your thoughts and become more aware of your mindset. Instead of starting the day with stress, you begin with calmness and clarity. Even a few minutes of silence can improve focus, reduce anxiety, and prepare your mind for the day ahead. 2. Affirmations. The second practice is affirmations. Many people live with negative beliefs about themselves. They quietly tell themselves things like, "I'm not good enough," "I'm not talented," or "success is not for people like me." These beliefs slowly shape the way they see their life and their potential. Affirmations help replace those limiting thoughts with empowering ones. Affirmations are positive statements that remind you of your goals, your values, and the person you are becoming. When you repeat them regularly, they begin to influence your mindset and confidence. Instead of focusing on limitations, you begin focusing on growth, possibility, and success. Over time, these new thoughts can completely reshape how you see yourself and what you believe is possible. 3. Visualization. The third practice is visualization. Visualization means imagining the life you want to create. It involves mentally seeing yourself achieving your goals, overcoming challenges, and becoming the person you aspire to be. Many successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders use visualization as part of their daily routine. By imagining success in detail, they train their mind to believe that success is possible. When you visualize your goals each morning, you strengthen your motivation and your focus. Your mind begins to recognize opportunities that help move you toward those goals. Visualization reminds you that your dreams are not just distant ideas. They are possible outcomes if you continue taking action. 4. Exercise. The fourth practice is exercise. Movement is one of the fastest ways to increase energy and improve mood. When you exercise, your body releases chemicals that help you feel more alert, confident, and positive. This doesn't mean you need to spend hours at the gym every morning. Even a short workout, stretching, yoga, walking, or a few simple exercises can wake up your body and boost your energy. Exercise also strengthens discipline. When you start your day by moving your body, you are sending a message to yourself that your health and well-being are important. And when your body feels strong and energized, your mind performs better throughout the day. 5. Reading. The fifth practice is reading. One of the fastest ways to grow as a person is to learn from others who have already achieved success. Books contain decades of knowledge, wisdom, and experience. By reading even a few pages each morning, you expose yourself to ideas that can improve your thinking, your habits, and your understanding of life. Many successful people dedicate time every day to learning through books. Reading helps you gain new perspectives, discover new strategies, and continuously expand your knowledge. Even 10 minutes of reading each morning can slowly transform the way you think and make decisions. 6. Scribing. The final practice is scribing, which simply means writing. Writing helps organize your thoughts and reflect on your life. This could include journaling about your goals, writing down lessons you've learned, or expressing gratitude for the things you appreciate in life. When you write regularly, you become more aware of your progress and your direction. You can see how far you've come, what you still want to improve, and what truly matters to you. Writing also strengthens clarity. When your thoughts move from your mind onto paper, they become easier to understand and easier to act upon. Chapter 7. The 6-minute miracle morning for busy people. Not everyone has an hour to dedicate to the life S.A.V.E.R.S routine every morning. Work, family responsibilities, and daily commitments can make it seem impossible to find that kind of time. But according to Hal Elrod in The Miracle Morning, even a small, focused effort can create extraordinary results. That's where the 6-minute miracle morning comes in. It's a condensed version of the full routine designed for people who are busy but still want to invest in their personal growth. Even just 6 minutes can make a difference. The key is consistency and focus. It's not about the amount of time you spend, it's about how intentional you are during those minutes. 6 minutes of focused action repeated daily can transform your mindset and habits. Here's how it works: 1 minute of silence. Take just 1 minute to breathe, meditate, or reflect. Clear your mind of stress and create calmness before the day begins. Even 1 minute of stillness can help you start the day centered and focused. 1 minute of affirmations. Quickly repeat empowering statements to yourself. Remind yourself of your goals, your strengths, and the person you are becoming. This 1 minute can set a positive mental tone for the day ahead. 1 minute of visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself achieving your goals or living the life you desire. Picture the actions, feelings, and results vividly. Visualization programs your mind to recognize opportunities and take action. 1 to 2 minutes of exercise. Get your body moving. Stretch, do jumping jacks, push-ups, or a quick walk around your room. Exercise increases blood flow, energy, and mental alertness, even in just a minute or two. 1 minute of reading. Read a motivational quote, a few lines of a personal development book, or any material that inspires growth. Learning just a little each day compounds over time. 1 minute of scribing, writing. Quickly write down a thought, a goal, or something you are grateful for. This small act of reflection builds awareness and reinforces focus. By compressing the routine into 6 minutes, the miracle morning becomes accessible to anyone. It removes the excuse of being too busy, proving that you always have time to invest in yourself. The magic of this approach is in its habit-forming power. Even a short, consistent morning routine signals to your brain that growth, focus, and intention are priorities. Over time, your 6 minutes can grow into 10, 15, or even a full hour. Small beginnings often lead to the biggest transformations. Hal emphasizes that the 6-minute miracle morning is not a compromise. It is a starting point. The goal is to get into the habit of beginning your day intentionally. Once the habit sticks, your energy, focus, and confidence grow, making it easier to expand the routine over time. The lesson is clear. You do not need to wait for the perfect morning or the perfect conditions to start improving your life. Start small. Start consistently. Start now. Your mornings are the most powerful tool you have to shape your future. Even 6 minutes can change your mindset, your energy, and your direction one morning at a time. Chapter 8. Customizing your miracle. Morning to fit your lifestyle and achieve your biggest goals and dreams. One of the biggest reasons people fail to build new habits is because they believe there is only one perfect way to do things. They think that if they cannot follow a routine exactly as described, then the system simply won't work for them. But in this chapter, Hal Elrod explains a powerful truth. Your miracle morning should be designed for your life, not someone else's. The goal of the miracle morning is not to force you into a rigid routine. The goal is to help you create a morning practice that supports your personal growth, your lifestyle, and your biggest dreams. Everyone's life is different. Some people are entrepreneurs, some are students, some are parents with busy families. Others work night shifts or unpredictable schedules. Yet because of this, your morning routine should be flexible enough to fit your reality. What matters most is not the exact structure, it's the intention behind it. The 6 core practices of the miracle morning, known as S.A.V.E.R.S, can be adjusted to match your goals and priorities. If you want to improve your physical health, you might spend more time on exercise. If your goal is personal development, you might focus more on reading and learning. If you want greater clarity in life, journaling and visualization might become your main focus. The beauty of the miracle morning is that it grows with you. When you first start, your routine might be short and simple. Maybe you spend just a few minutes practicing silence, reading a page of a book, and writing down your goals. But as your discipline strengthens and your lifestyle evolves, your routine can evolve too. You might add longer workouts, more focused visualization, deeper journaling, or time to plan your day and your future goals. The key idea is simple. Your miracle morning should become your personal success ritual. It should be the time of day when you invest in yourself, when you develop your mindset, strengthen your body, expand your knowledge, and align your actions with the life you truly want to create. And when you customize your routine around your goals, something powerful begins to happen. Your mornings stop feeling like a chore. Instead, they become something you look forward to, because each morning becomes a step toward the future you want. The more intentional your mornings become, the more intentional your life becomes. And that is the real purpose of customizing your miracle morning, to create a routine that moves you closer, day by day, to your biggest goals and your greatest dreams. Chapter 9. From Unbearable to Unstoppable. The secret to forming habits that will transform your life in 30 days. Real transformation rarely happens overnight. Most people try to change their lives in a single burst of motivation. They set big goals, start strong for a few days, and then slowly slip back into old habits. After a week or two, the excitement fades, discipline weakens, and the routine disappears. But according to Hal Elrod, lasting change doesn't happen in a moment. It happens through a simple process that unfolds over time, and that process usually takes about 30 days. The first 10 days are what Elrod calls the unbearable phase. This is when the new habit feels uncomfortable and difficult. Your mind resists change. Waking up early feels painful. Your body wants to go back to sleep. Every part of you is tempted to quit and return to your old routine. During this phase, discipline is everything. You are not yet enjoying the routine. You are simply proving to yourself that you can stay committed, even when it feels hard. The next 10 days are the uncomfortable phase. At this point, the habit is no longer unbearable, but it still requires effort. The routine begins to feel more familiar, but it's not yet automatic. You still have to remind yourself to stay consistent, but you begin noticing small improvements in your energy, focus, and mindset. Then comes the final 10 days, the unstoppable phase. This is where everything begins to shift. The habit that once felt difficult now starts to feel natural. Your mind and body adapt to the new routine. Waking up early becomes easier. Your morning activities begin to flow effortlessly, and most importantly, you begin to see real results. Your confidence grows. Your discipline strengthens. Your belief in yourself expands. What once felt impossible now feels normal. The key lesson of this chapter is simple. Don't judge a habit in the first few days. Most people quit during the unbearable phase because they believe the struggle means something is wrong. But the struggle is actually proof that change is happening. Every powerful habit begins with resistance. But if you stay consistent long enough, that resistance transforms into momentum, and momentum eventually turns into identity. When you commit to your miracle morning for 30 days, you are not just building a routine. You are building a new version of yourself. Someone who is disciplined, focused, on and intentional about life. So if the first few mornings feel difficult, remember this. You are simply passing through the unbearable stage on the path to becoming unstoppable. And once you reach that stage, the routine that once challenged you will become the very thing that powers your success every single day. Chapter 10. The Miracle Morning. 30-Day Life Transformation. Challenge real change does not happen by accident. It happens when you make a clear decision to improve your life and then commit to consistent action every single day. In this chapter, Hal Elrod introduces a powerful idea called the 30-Day Life Transformation Challenge. The purpose of this challenge is simple. Give yourself 30 days to fully commit to the miracle morning routine and watch how your life begins to shift. Most people try new habits for a few days, and when it feels uncomfortable, they stop. But the truth is that every meaningful change requires time and repetition. 30 days gives your mind and body enough time to adjust to a new routine and begin turning it into a natural habit. During these 30 days, your mission is simple. Wake up intentionally and practice the S.A.V.E.R.S routine every morning. Silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. At first, it might feel unfamiliar. Waking up earlier than usual can seem difficult. Your mind may resist the change, but this is completely normal. Every powerful habit feels challenging in the beginning. What matters most is not perfection. What matters is consistency. Some mornings will feel amazing. You will feel focused, energized, and inspired. Other mornings might feel slow or difficult, but each time you show up, you are strengthening the most important skill of all, discipline. And discipline creates freedom. Over time, something incredible begins to happen. Your mindset becomes clearer. Your energy increases. Your confidence grows. Instead of reacting to life, you start designing your life intentionally. You begin to realize that the way you start your morning shapes the direction of your entire day. By the end of the 30-day challenge, the miracle morning is no longer just something you try. It becomes part of who you are. You become someone who wakes up with purpose, someone who invests time in personal growth, someone who is actively creating the life they want. And that is the real power of the miracle morning. It's not just about waking up early, it's about becoming the type of person who shows up for their goals, their dreams, and their potential every single day. 30 days may seem like a small commitment, but it can start a transformation that lasts a lifetime. Conclusion: wake up and live your best life. As we reach the end of this journey through the miracle morning, it's time to reflect on the most important lesson. How you start your day determines the course of your life. Every extraordinary life begins in the quiet, undisturbed hours before the world wakes. Most people never realize the power they hold in those first moments of the morning. They wake up tired, distracted, and reactive, allowing the day to control them instead of taking control of the day themselves. But you now know a different way. By intentionally dedicating time each morning to growth, through silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing, you are no longer reacting to life. You are designing it. You are taking the driver's seat. The miracle morning is not a quick fix. It is a daily commitment to your best self. It is proof that small, consistent actions repeated over time compound into extraordinary results. It doesn't matter if you start with 6 minutes or 60. What matters is that you show up for yourself every single day. Each morning is an opportunity to improve your mindset, increase your energy, clarify your goals, and move closer to the life you truly want. By committing to your miracle morning, you are making a promise. A promise to stop settling for average and start living the life you were meant to live. You are saying, I am worth the time. My potential is worth the effort. My dreams are worth pursuing. Remember, transformation does not happen overnight. It happens one intentional morning at a time. The first step is the hardest, but it is also the most important. The moment you take control of your morning, you take control of your life. So wake up tomorrow, not because you have to, but because you choose to grow, to improve, and to become the person you were always capable of being. Your mornings are your launchpad. Your life is your creation. And the best version of yourself is waiting, ready to rise with you every morning. Start today. Commit for 30 days. Own your mornings. Transform your life.